video number 2, more about recruiting and building that business, what you need to do. If you want to actually make money and build a business over here, you have to be recruiting people. You have to build your own team. That is hands down the best, the only thing that you can do in order to build true residual income here. My hair is like crazy. But yeah, so we will talk recruiting, attraction marketing, those sorts of things just briefly. And again, we'll break it more down a little bit more with Holly tomorrow, and kind of get into more specifics individually once we fill out the sheet. I know a couple of you guys have been working on that, and even after the time that we talked and went through your why, and then I was like kind of trying to push you guys to further explore your why and break down. You're like Fab Five and Veronica, I think that you were maybe the only person that actually like showed us your work and what you got. So that's awesome. And now Crystal, today you showed us that you're working on it. So that's what you guys need to do. That's what we need to see, is just that forward progress, like moving from step A to step B, like keep going forward. That's okay. You don't have to make big, huge waves in the beginning. But the biggest thing is you have to take action. You have to do something. There are so many people who get into this business and you feel like you need to like ease in, or you feel like you need to learn all of the things, or you need to learn about the product, or you need to learn exactly how to do a live video before you do a video, or you need to learn how to do attraction marketing before you try attraction marketing. You have to learn how to recruit. You have to learn how to use scripts. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You just have to go out there and start talking to people. Boom. Again, we make things too complicated, so stop. And that, when we switched our compensation plan, like that was the biggest reason. Like the fact that we have basically like 2 compensation plans, that is to reflect the fact that, network marketing and this sort of business model has kind of gotten like a bad reputation, in that like people feel like you need to like know everything, do professional development all the time, be plugged into this, be plugged into that. Can you do all of that? Yes. Do those things help? Yes. But do you have to get paid? Do you have to build a business? No. So we're just gonna, to get you to super affiliate, just take it easy, take it simple. I want you to be learning these things about building a business. I want you to be thinking about those things, but more than anything, you just need to be talking to people about what you're doing, how you're feeling, and why you're doing it. The more you talk, the more conversations you have, whether they're in person or on social media, then that's how you're going to be building curiosity, and that's how you're going to be getting prospects and getting people interested in the products while you are learning the business side of things. So don't forget to just like keep it simple and have those conversations. And really in the beginning, like what you lack in skill, like you can make up in numbers. The more conversations you have, the more opportunities you're going to have for people to become customers or to become business partners. So that's the biggest thing. You just have to get out there and start talking to people. The more you start talking to people, the more comfortable you're going to get. So yeah, you're probably going to suck it up in the beginning. You're probably going to say the wrong things. You're probably going to do it wrong. You might like plug them into the wrong group. You might forget somebody. That's okay. We all do it. But then that's even relatable in itself. Like there you go, by like sucking it up, screwing some things up. Now you have a story to go tell somebody and you're going to be relatable. and they're going to know that they can do it too. Double duty. Um, Another thing, we talk about attraction marketing, and we talk about your brand. I know it's hard to talk or to even think about like who you are and what you love. Like, we are just, especially as women, busy people, moms, wives, we are like ingrained, it's just ingrained in us to like care for other people, to be thinking about other people first, and not even thinking about ourselves. Like, when you have to sit down and think about like, what are your hobbies, what do you like, a lot of times we're like, I don't know. So it's going to be hard in the beginning, but you just have to like step outside of the box. And like I was saying today, even if it's not something you enjoy doing today because maybe you don't have enough time or you don't have the resources, what do you want to be doing? If you had all of the time in the world, what would you be doing? Like, I don't know, would you be just sitting on the couch? Would you be shopping? Would you be traveling? You can think about like what you want your life to look like, because you want to go out there and be attracting those people to you based on the things that you like, based on the things that you want, and so you have to portray that side of you to get those people attracted to you. But it's not just who you are today. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, it's got to be like where you see yourself, and that's why we talk about our why so much, because that why drives who we are, that drives where we're going, and that can be tied into those goals and those things that we want in the end, or in the process and in the middle of the process. But yeah, so a lot of times we'll say like, you attract, like attracts like, right? You attract who you are. You attract what you put out there. But it's not that simple. You kind of have to look at it a little bit deeper. You attract who you believe you are. And so that's why I talk about like self-confidence so much, because self-confidence is something that I have struggled with my whole entire life. Like, seriously, no joke, it is the hardest thing, just to believe in yourself sometime. But that's not something that you're born with. You can teach yourself how to believe in yourself. You can teach yourself how to be confident. But that is just like having those conversations in the beginning too. It doesn't come easy. It doesn't come natural. But the more you do it, the more you're going to believe in yourself. It's just going to become easier. So you have to believe that you're going to be successful. You have to believe that you have something that you can offer to someone. You have to believe that you're worth something, or else no one else is going to believe it. No one else is going to come to you if you don't believe you have anything for them. So really, 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 you have to work on that mindset. And like I said, like, we don't have to make this hard. We don't have to make this simple. You can go out and you can go to the grocery store and you can talk to people. You can go set up shop at a coffee shop, and clearly there are people who like coffee. Just start talking to them. I can't do that because that scares the poop out of me. But you might have some better luck doing that. That might feel more comfortable to you than doing all of this, on social media. You can build this any way you want to. There are just multiple different ways. But when you go back to that mindset, it doesn't matter if you're talking to people on social media or if you're talking to people in the real world. You have to believe and you have to be confident. That belief and the excitement, like, that is what gets people excited. That is what sells other. The belief and the excitement, those are the two biggest things that will build your business. And that's why I always talk about like launching your business, because you have the most excitement when you first join. You would not have joined if you were not excited. Maybe you're scared, but you have that excitement or you would not be here. So you have to like take that belief in these products, that believe in yourself, the excitement about the products, the excitement about the opportunity. You've got to take that and you've got to run with it, and you have to feel like I have this and this is a gift and I have to share it with people. It should not be like, ooh, I don't know if I should say something, or I don't know about this. Like, that doubt kills everything. Like, you just need to like flip the switch and be like, hey guys, I've got this. I'm going to build this business. These products are awesome. This opportunity is awesome. I'm awesome. Let me talk to you. Let me show you. You're coming on this trip with me. Like, that's what you need to do. You kind of have to act as if, not kind of, you do have to act as if. Like, act as if you have that already. Act as if you are successful already. Act as if you are the leader. One of the biggest things that I didn't know at all is that, so Brittany and Joseph, they were in Prove It before this opportunity, before Ellepreneurs. They were making like $30,000 a month. That's a pretty hefty sum. Brittany was watching Bridget on social media. She was watching her daily live videos. Little Bridget, Southern Belle, like teaching you tips, teaching you tricks, like how to build your business on social media. I'm going to teach you how to be a leader. Like, Bridget just had that confidence. When you talk to her, Bridget was like, psh, like I was making like $1,000 a month. For a lot of us, we're thinking like, ooh, $1,000, that's pretty awesome. But so you have Bridget here making $1,000 per month. She's 21 years old. She dropped out of college. She's literally never had a job, but she's acting as if she knows all the things. What she said she did was she would just Google like other people's videos, Google like how to be a leader, how to communicate, like what are your daily to-do lists for building your business, what's your favorite like professional development books. Like, she would just Google these things and learn them, and then like 30 minutes later she would go on video and teach and train the exact same things she just did, the exact same things she just learned. By doing that, she was positioning herself as a leader. Anybody watching her videos, they didn't know that she wasn't already a leader. She never had to say, I'm only making $1,000 or I only have a team of 20 people. All she did was say, hey guys, I have these tips and I want to share them with you. I want to help you build your business. So right there, she's positioning herself as a leader. Brittany Beck looked at Bridget thinking, holy cow, this chick is uber successful. I want her on my team. That is why Brittany recruited Bridget, and now that's why we're all here, because of that. But the opposite. So Brittany was making all of the money. Brittany was more of a leader, but she wasn't out there teaching those things on Facebook Live. Bridget was. So Bridget was the one that looked more successful. Nobody has to know about your numbers. Nobody has to know about your pay. You can portray anything you want. And I've talked about this before. Like, that was really hard for me in the beginning because I was like, I don't want these people who know me in real life to then look at me and be like, you're not a leader. Like, who are you going to lead? I didn't want that. But when you look at like the 4,000 friends that I have on Facebook, like, there are only a handful of people who actually know me in the real world. And it's pretty much like, whatevs. I almost said screw you. That's kind of rude. But seriously, like, you just need to like tell yourself that you've got it, that you can do it. And most of these people are just going to watch you and they're going to believe you. Most of the people don't know enough to even challenge you or second guess you. And it's also, at the same time, it's okay. You are just getting on video or post or whatever you're doing just to share that information, but nobody's expecting you to be perfect. That's another takeaway. But really, really, really just like make that decision that you are going to be successful, that you are going to be a leader, and you just start acting like it right now. Another thing that Holly Brown, and she'll talk to us more about that tomorrow, but like she positions herself all of the time as a leader. Like you'll look at her in Team Momentum and you think that that's basically her team. Like she's always posting in there. She's always sharing tips and tricks and helping to like run the giveaways. She is just like positioning herself to be a leader, not just in our teams, but on her private Facebook page and social media outlets. Like she's doing that all of the time. So one of the cool things that I learned from her is that, like it's really important for us to be building relationships with people out there. But those people that you're talking to daily, you want them to see you as a leader too. So she will share, like when she's reading a good article, or if she watches a good live video, if she finds a really good like group on Facebook, she has that list of people that she's engaging with every day who she wants to be on her team. She's kind of pretending like they're already on her team already. She's gonna teach them. She's gonna like work with them even though she's not getting paid. They're not on her team right now, but she wants them to be like, oh yeah, that Holly, like she is so helpful. She is really, always there for me. So when they are shopping for a new opportunity, or when they are struggling in their business, who are they going to look to? They're going to look to her. So you want to be that person for your friends on social media. You want them to look up to you. You want them to come to you, to have what you have, even if you aren't getting anything tangible from it right now. That is how you build those relationships, build those lasting connections for down the road. But overall, just like in that building relationships part, like just be human. I feel like when we break down the DMOs and say, like talk to 5 people a day, like make sure you do your birthday list, follow up with 5 people, like a lot of times like that takes the human piece out of it and you're just looking at it like real mechanical. But all of this is just to build relationships. So don't always think about it as like, what's this conversation going to get me? Is it going to like check something off my list? Is this potentially going to get me a customer? Is it potentially going to get me a business partner? Instead of doing that, like look at it as like, all right, like here's this person in front of me. Like, what can I bring to them? What can I offer them? What's in it for them? So that it's not always what about you. And I can guarantee when you start thinking about other people, you are going to get more back. The other really cool thing, like before I left on that retreat, I did that poll for you guys, like, hey, tell me who uses scripts. We talk about it all the time. Like you guys wanted to be in that like 30-day push. Like you'll want to be out there recruiting, but you're scared to use the scripts. I get it. It feels weird. Especially in the beginning. It's like you want to be having these conversations, but you use scripts. That feels weird. If you have these conversations without scripts, that feels weird and you don't know what to say. You don't know how to say it. So a lot of times you're just kind of like stuck and you're probably doing nothing because it's like you don't want to use a script, but then you don't know what to say, right? So there is a whole team of people. Tara, I don't even know, her last name starts with an R, it's a long last name, but Tara and all of her like Be Happy team, they don't send scripts at all. Like they don't reach out to anybody. Like that like gives me hardcore anxiety because most of those people had social media businesses before. Let me just put that out there. That's why I love Holly Brown so much, because she's going to teach us how to like get both of those worlds and blend them together for you guys who are just starting out. But what I learned is that if you don't ever want to use a script, that's okay. Like there are some people who build their business 100% of the way without ever sending a script. It is most definitely doable. You just have to be really consistent, really targeted, and really focused on how you build your brand and how you appear on social media, because you are relying 100% on all of those people to come to you. They're not going to come to you if it doesn't look like you have something that they want. When we do reach outs, when we do scripts, you're telling somebody that you have something and you're hoping that they want it. If you don't do reach outs, if you don't do scripts, then you're relying on appearances, what you look like, not physically, but what your timeline looks like, the colors, the image that you portray, like that, the words that you use, how you say things, like that has to just be so targeted and so focused that you don't have to reach out to people. So that is doable, which is exciting because there are lots of people who are just like anti-scripts and they don't want to do it. If you talk to Ray Higdon, he will say, like, hands down, you need to reach out to people. You need to send scripts. Cold market, warm market, who cares? The more conversations you're having, the more likely you are to get people to come to you. So once that worksheet that came from Tara and her team, once we focus on that, then we're really, 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 Crystal, you put up your like rocking profile pic. That's awesome. Just start with simple things like that. And then they have like some hardcore like no-nos, like you will never do this if you're on my team and you're trying to build with attraction marketing only. There are some no-nos. She said what she does is when somebody joins her team, she asks, like, is it okay if I tell you if you're doing something that I wouldn't do? Or is it okay if I tell you if I would do something differently? You know, like you need to ask people if they're going to be coachable. Like, do you want that information? Do you want that feedback? Yes or no? But like some of the no-nos are like you will never ever ever share somebody's video. Never. Like you can't do that. Never share anything. Never share a post. Never share a video. Nothing. Your timeline is locked down. Like this literally is not a place for just like your regular family photos. It's not, somewhere where you're going to like advertise like I don't know, like Chinese buffet special. Like if it doesn't have a purpose, if it's not helping you to build your brand, then it's not going to be on your timeline. So no shares ever. They won't let their team, I say this like they're dictators, if you want to build a business, you will not share those things. Don't ever use a stock photo or like pre-made quote. So, like a lot of times I will Google, like self-confidence quotes. And then I always click to images because I just like to see like how they have like quotes like written out. I always will like save those, but I never use those images. You want to always be typing that quote out and then attaching it to a picture of you, a picture of something like that inspires you around the house, inspires you like whatever you're looking at, a cute coffee mug. There are lots of images of like coffee mugs. They don't have to, like you literally don't have to go out and like buy all of those coffee mugs. You can find some things that look realistic, but that's the whole thing. It's got to look realistic, like it could be yours. So you're always going to recreate those quotes and never just like save an image and put it out there on Facebook. Like never. And especially like those things where it's like the image and then it says like splendidkitchen.com. Like if it has someone else's name, someone else's website, like that's like a huge no. Because you're like branding someone else and you're just showing people like, hey, I went and found this quote for you. Like, it's not mine. I didn't do it. And people know that quotes aren't yours, but you don't want to remind them of that. You know, you don't want to look generic. So never do those. Never post like the memes, you know, and those sorts of things. Like everything is going to be you. Everything is going to be related to those things that make you different, those things that make you unique, those things that are interests to you or that are like going to bond you to those other people. Everything is going to be tied to that. Sure, you can put pictures of your family on there, but it has to be for a reason. So you'll see me, you know, post pictures of Luke way more than I post pictures of Brett. Like, I'm a wife, you know, but that's just like a small little part of me. Being a mom is a bigger part of me. But still, both of those pieces are pretty minimal when you're looking at my timeline overall. But then when I do put Luke in, or when I do put Brett in, like, holy cow, did you see like the responses that that post got? Like, people want to see your real life, but more than anything, they're there for you. They're watching your journey, and they're coming to get something from you. So you'll always have to make sure, you know, your posts are coming from a place that like represents you and what you stand for, because that consistency is what's going to bring people in. Types of posts, like, you want to like, posts can be for like entertainment, like to make somebody laugh. They can be like informative, to give them something, to offer value, to teach them something, tips, tricks, those sorts of things. And then inspiration. So those are the three. And then kind of just like lifestyle goes along with inspiration, but kind of just like when people look at you and like, yeah, I want that. So those are the 4 types of Facebook posts. But again, once we have it more specifically down, like who you are, who you're speaking to, then we can, you know, talk more about like how and when to post. But their tips for posting and attracting people to you would be like, every single morning, do a post that can be tied into the coffee. So like a funny post, an inspirational post, or a teaching you something post with a cup of coffee, with like the tub of coffee with the thing blurred out, you drinking coffee, anything like that. So you want it to be like tied into coffee, even if it's just like the subtle, like, here I'm having this confidence quote, but I'm holding a cup of coffee. That can work. Oh, sorry. It doesn't have to be like, buy my coffee or I drink smart coffee, but you just want to have a daily reminder that you are attached to coffee, and then that you are attached to this other thing, making me laugh, bringing me value, or making me like look at something and get inspired. So a daily coffee post that's linked to something else, and even, you know, you'll see those images that say like, smart coffee reduces anxiety, helps you lose, list those benefits. Alright, I don't know if this is going to turn out. It just said that another app was using my mic, which I have no idea why. But anyway,